our sisters wanted us to know it all. And so when Sister held up Women in Love, I immediately was drawn to what secrets did it hold. And it's banned because it tells us about who we are as our sexual human beings, but it's never explicit. It's never dirty. It never says a bad word. And that's true genius. So this section is called The Classroom. It's Women in Love, D.H. Lawrence, Chapter 3, The Classroom. The school day was drawing to a close. In the classroom, the last lesson was in progress, peaceful and still. It was elementary botany. The desks were littered with catkins, hazel and willow, which the children had been sketching. But the sky had come over dark. As the end of the afternoon approached, there was scarcely light to draw any more. Ursula stood in front, leading the children by questions to understand the structure and the meaning of the catkins. And then I'll skip a little bit. She heard, but did not notice, a click at the door. Suddenly she started. She saw in the shaft of the ruddy copper-colored light near her the face of a man. It was gleaming like fire, watching her, waiting for her to be aware. It startled her terribly. She thought she was going to faint. All her suppressed, subconscious fear sprang into her being with anguish. "Did I startle you?" said Birkin, shaking his hands with her. "I thought you'd heard me come in." "No," she faltered, scarcely able to speak. He laughed, saying he was sorry. She wondered why it amused him. "It is so dark," he said. "Shall we have the light?" And moving aside, he switched on the strong electric lights. The classroom was distinct and hard, a place after the soft, dim magic that had filled it before he came. Birkin turned curiously at Ursula. Her eyes were wide and wandering, bewildered, and her mouth quivered slightly. She looked like one who had been wakened. There was a living, tender beauty, like a tender light of dawn, shining from her face. He looked at her with a new pleasure, feeling gay in his heart and irresponsible. Poor Ursula. Hermione comes in after her and takes the whole show. But you can see that D.H. Lawrence knows how to tell a story. A banned book that we all ought to read.